I used this device, the Myolift Mini, for 3.5 years and achieved great results, especially when paired with newer radio frequency. I'm excited to share with you the newest version, which is the Myolift Triwave. This is an upgraded version from the Mini, and I'll tell you how it is different. It has a new rejuvenation mode, and it also has hands-free microcurrent mask, which we're going to be talking about. So in this video, I'll be telling you everything that you need to know about one of the most advanced professional at-home microcurrent devices you can buy on the market. So let's get started. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jodylynn and I'm 52 years young, and we discuss ways to take care of the skin with a good skincare routine, SPF daily, and the help of beauty devices. And I didn't even start my routine until I was 47 years of age. Many people think that the only way to turn back the hands of time is through invasive procedures. And many people like myself didn't want to go down that route and are looking for alternatives. And that's what I discuss on my channel. I have made great results within the last 4 years. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more about, please subscribe. I would love to have you. This is the Myolift Triwave, which is an FDA cleared true microcurrent device. What does it do? It is going to help to lift sagging skin. It is going to minimize fine lines and wrinkles. And it does that using microcurrent. And microcurrent is a modality that uses low-level electrical currents to mimic the body's natural current flow. The most important thing that you need to know about microcurrent, what it does is it stimulates ATP production by 500%. ATP is produced in the mitochondria of our cells, often referred to as the cell's powerhouse. Without it, we wouldn't be alive. As we age, our ATP depletes and our cells do not work as efficiently. So we definitely want more ATP. When the cells are functioning at their optimal level, our cells can make more collagen and elastin production, which is going to give us a more youthful appearance. I've used a microcurrent for over 4 years, and the way that 7E Wellness's microcurrent devices differ from others on the market is their different waveforms. I will be honest, is why I purchased the Mini 4 years ago. It was the only device at that time when I researched 4 years ago that had different waveforms. Why is that so important? Because you want different waveforms on different areas of the face. When you're talking about trying to treat this specific area, those muscles are a lot larger. This area of the skin is thicker. You're going to want a waveform that is going to be able to work on this area effectively. Different waveforms need to be used underneath the eye area, the forehead, the lip area. Those are really delicate areas. So the waveform should be different. That's how these devices really stand out. What we really need to talk about is these probes. These probes are what make this device professional. They use what is called a pinch and hold technique. I'm going to talk to you why that is important and much more professional and effective compared to your handheld devices. This is the Myolift Qt Plus. I've already done a whole video on this, and I will list that here if that is something that you're interested in. A lot of people prefer a handheld device. It's a little bit easier to use in the hand. This one, like I said, is definitely more advanced. So in microcurrent devices, you have probes, or you have the slide and glide. So these probes, you can see there are 2 of them. And in this treatment, in all of their treatments, you are going to have to use both of these probes. The slide and glide microcurrent devices, handheld, are really good for maintaining a more professional treatment. Let's talk about how this works, and then I'm going to compare it to the slide and glide method. So when you are using 2 probes, and anytime that you go in office, most of the time, and honestly, I would not even go to an esthetician that is using a new face. You're definitely not going to want to spend the big bucks for a new face treatment. Absolutely not. You need something like I've seen estheticians that use that. And you're going to want something definitely a lot more power. All right. And at home, something with 2 probes for sure. So always ask them what kind of device do they have. I would definitely, if you're going in office for microcurrent, these 2 probes have the ability to manipulate and directly target specific muscles. That's what's so important with these compared to this. You cannot target, you cannot manipulate probes that are on a handheld device. When you do this pinch and hold technique with the two devices, getting that microcurrent to the belly of the muscle and all of the cells around that as well. So it's going to be more targeted. It's going to be more precise. If you want to work on the jowls, okay, you can get to specific muscles with these two probes. That's what makes this a lot more advanced. When you're talking about the slide and glide, what you have are these probes, but they are fixed. They do not move. You cannot manipulate them. So there is a fixed distance between them and the current flows in between them, completing a circuit. So this re-energizes the cells typically seated closer to the surface of the skin, which is why it's going to be best for maintaining more professional treatments. Can you get results with just a handheld? Sure, you can, but it's going to take more time. You're going to have to use it a lot more frequent. And to be quite frank, my personal opinion, I think that you just cannot achieve the results that you can with this type of professional treatment. Who is this device going to be for? This is definitely going to be for the skin enthusiast, the person that absolutely loves skincare, doesn't mind learning about the muscles of the face, doesn't mind taking some time and really doing the full treatment. It's also going to be great for an esthetician that has just started their career and they want to do a more professional treatment in office, because a lot of those microcurrent devices that estheticians can purchase and us consumers cannot, they run anywhere from $6,000, $10,000, all the way up to $20,000. So I think that this is a great device for the starter esthetician. Let's talk about what's in the box when you purchase this device. You're definitely getting the device. You are getting the probes. You are also getting hands-free microcurrent. These are masks that will stick onto the face. And you can see there's some cords here. You are going to plug them in to the device. That's how you use them, but you can generate microcurrent through these. We'll talk about how you use them in just a moment. You got the eye mask, you got the forehead mask, and you also have the lip mask. How many treatments per week should you do? This is really going to depend on your signs of aging, but I'm going to post off to the side. This is 7E Wellness's and what they recommend. Their general and approximate guidelines for frequency of treatment. So microcurrent, just so you know, can be used about every other day. I wouldn't do it every day. Always take, give your face a rest for sure. I love the flexibility though of how often you want to do it. I love the flexibility of use. For example, if you are 50 years old, you're going to want to do 2 full treatments per week for 2 months. And then on the 3rd month, you can then go into maintenance mode where you're only going to use this 1 time a month. That's amazing. But again, this is really flexible. So if you are going out one night and you're in that 3rd month and you want a little lift here on the brow, get it out. You can do that. If you want to do some lymphatic drainage, which we're going to talk about in just a moment, get this out and do it. So it's really flexible in how you want to use it, but keep those guidelines in mind. What you can do if you're in your 3rd month, you do 1 month full treatment because you're in that maintenance mode, then that's where these masks can come into play. You can maintain in between treatments that ATP production by using their masks, okay? Again, hands-free, you're still tethered because you need to hook this up to this, but you don't need to do anything. You're going to be hands-free. You can do some work. You're just going to allow that current to run through the face, and you can do it 15 to 30 minutes, and that's going to help to boost that ATP. This is not something, like I said, this is really maintenance. This is not something like I'm just going to use these and get the same results. I'm telling you, that's not going to happen, okay? So just note that. Really important to talk about the modes. And let's also talk about what mode this has that the Mini does not have. The Triwave has the lymphatic drainage mode. It is called their Rejuve mode. I'm absolutely hook, line, and sinker in love with this mode. It uses a waveform that is kind of like sawtooth-like. It kind of goes do and pumps at the same time. So it's actually moving and stimulating the lymphatic system. So if you have puffy eyes, if you're seeing that this area gets puffy or your face is just puffy, it means you need to move that lymph. Okay, we need to get those toxins out of there. And that really happens a lot more as we age because again, that whole lymphatic system sometimes just isn't working as efficiently because we're aging, right? So that lymph can get stuck. So you can definitely use gua sha to move lymph, your hands to move lymph. However, this uses microcurrent and movement to move the lymph. This is a lot less labor intensive than doing this. And I personally, since I've been using this, I'm loving the microcurrent way of moving the lymph. I just feel like I'm seeing better results, and I'm going to show you some before and afters here in just a moment. Another setting on this is the erase setting. The erase setting is going to be used on those fine lines and wrinkles, crow's feet, the lines on the forehead, 11s, around the eye area, around the mouth area. That's what you're going to use the erase setting for, because what you're doing is you are actually lengthening those muscles. You do not want to shorten them. And the reason for that is because this area, those areas that get those fine lines and wrinkles are already tense. So you want to relax them. You want to lengthen them. So I want you to think about the rejuvenation mode as kind of like your cardio mode, where you're flushing out the lymph and you're like flushing out all the detox. And then what you're doing with the length or the erase mode is kind of like the yoga mode. Okay. You are relaxing. You are lengthening and stretching those muscles. The last mode is the educate mode. This is where you are doing the lift, the tightening mode, because what you're actually doing is shortening those muscles to tighten them. This is going to be used on those larger muscle group areas. And that is where you are actually using the pinch and hold technique. You're going like this on specific muscles. And the booklet will definitely show you how, but that is going to shorten. And you're going to want to think of this as more like your weight training workout. This is going to plump. This is going to give you that strengthen the muscles to make it look more lifted. So how do you use all of those three modes? You're going to want to do the rejuvenation first, then the erase, then the educate. The intensities on here are defined in microamps. So you can go anywhere from 175 microamps up to 400 microamps. I would definitely keep on the lower end, 175, 275, around the eye, forehead, mouth area. Those larger muscle groups, definitely want to go 275 to 400. Always start lower and then work your way up. You may not feel anything on this device depending on the intensity. That is completely normal. You will not start to feel anything until you get to probably about, and this really depends on your skin sensitivity. For me, because I've been using microcurrent now for 4 years, I barely feel it even on level 400, which is intensity microamps 400. And I feel just a slight tingling. This is not going to be anything like EMS where it's really a hard contraction. Nothing like that at all. What's great about this device as well is that it has the conductivity bar, this rectangle here. See if you can see that. It lets you know when it is conducting the current. So if it is a solid bar, it's conducting. If it is not conducting, it is going to flash. And so what does that mean? You're going to want to hydrate. You can do that either by their replenish mist and spray it on, or you can do it by thermal water. You just want to get the area hydrated again. Never want to do microcurrent on dry skin. If the conductive gel dries, it's not going to conduct. So you need to keep the skin super hydrated. All right, let's get into my before and afters. This is a photo of me doing all three treatments on one side of my face. So if you look at the right side, that is going to be the area that I did the rejuve, the erase, and the educate. And I feel like you can see that it's definitely more lifted on that side. That's what's great about microcurrent, especially this device. You're going to get those instant results, and then that's going to keep you motivated to want to keep continuing to go. And then overall, you're going to see cumulative results when you continue to use the device. You're going to see more radiant skin, clearer skin, lifted skin, minimization of those fine lines and wrinkles, and you're just going to be really happy. Cons about this device. If you're doing the rejuve, the erase, and the educate all in one setting, and you're doing the whole face and the neck area, that can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. So it can be time consuming. However, you could always break up that. You could say, hey, I'm just going to do the eyes. I'm going to do it for a couple of minutes. I'm going to just do the jowls. Like, it's flexible. Another potential con is that you're going to need to either read the booklet or watch the videos that are online. I will post those in the description box below to know how to use the device correctly, because you want to be able to target those areas on the face and those certain muscles to make this worth your while and obviously get the most effective treatment that you can. So that could be a con depending. So that's why, again, skin enthusiasts are going to love this device, or the starter esthetician. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I would love to know. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you do not miss my upcoming videos. Until next time.